I want you to imagine something for me. Imagine that you heard that sports teams were making tons of money. So you went out there and you bought a basketball team. And then you recruited the best basketball players from in your area. You set them all up into a team, and then you let them go do their thing. No coach, no leadership. You said, go play the season, win us some games, and make me money. How do you think that would go? Well, that is how most people run their commission-only sales teams. They have, at best, loose leadership in place, and they wonder, why aren't my reps closing more? Today, we're going to talk about the number one reason your commission-only sales team sucks. Let's get it. Hey, it's Christian, the Work from Anywhere guy back here. If you don't know me, I've sold millions and millions of dollars online across multiple niches, and I like to talk about the simple, repeatable patterns that make businesses work. Today, we're talking about commission-only sales reps and why, if you're anything like me, yours might suck. Now, I say that from experience. I'm getting better. This is a skill that you have to cultivate, and anyone can do it. You don't have to be a sales genius to get your sales team in tip-top shape. And at the very least, you can hire a coach or a manager for them. But what it comes down to is most people just let their reps loose on the field. They think as soon as I hire a sales rep, my job is done. I don't have to worry about sales anymore. And then they find out the hard way that if you don't train and coach and support and encourage your sales reps, you're not going to see those sales numbers that you want. I love that your sales team is the only part of your organization that needs to be inspired to do their job properly. If you think about your accountant, your bookkeeper, your operations person, it doesn't really matter what mood they are in for the day, they can still get up and get that job done effectively. Of course, we want everybody to feel good all the time, but if they don't, they can still get it done. Now, the sales team, they wake up, they feel sluggish, they're hungover, they haven't been coached, they haven't been doing call recordings. You're gonna see a direct hit to your bottom line. So if you're out there and you're hiring commission-only sales reps, or you already have a sales team and you want to help them do better, you're in the right place, because it's one of the best things you can do to actually move the lever on your business and see top line growth. So there's 3 things you need to do to actually run your sales team like a sports team that is high performing, that is training every day, going to practice and winning games. Because if you want your sports franchise to win the national championships or even the regional, you're going to need to train them like a real sports team, not just let them go and do their own thing. So for your sales team, you want to, number one, track their stats on a daily basis. That's how you keep score, just like a sports team looks at that scoreboard to know if they're performing well or not. So you want to track those funnel stats every single day, review them on a daily basis, let your reps know what they need to do to win, and keep everybody on pace to hit that target. If you need help tracking your stats, go to useglance.com. We can set that up so it's automated for you, and it doesn't have to be an admin chore, which is what most people do. Their sales reps stop doing it. The managers pretend they know the numbers, but they really don't. And let's just say they don't win any championships. Number 2, you got to do end of day reports. Again, this is kind of like the manager or the coach reporting back to the team owner. How's the team doing so far? How did practice go today? Who did well? Who didn't? And then the players actually reporting to the coach, here's where I'm struggling, here's where I need help, talking to their trainers, here's where I need to improve. So end of day reports, I like to do them in Slack, and we have each sales rep go through their numbers for the day, and then each call, person by person, they list out what went well, what didn't, where they got stuck, what they're gonna do next. So you get a qualitative and a quantitative overview of your sales team. You know what you need to do to improve. Now, that brings us to number 3, the way that we improve our sales team: daily huddles with the sales team. Now, they don't have to be super long every day. We want to check in, we want to go over wins, the plan for the day, what the pipeline looks like, and then stay attuned to your sales team's needs. If you find out somebody doesn't have enough calls on the calendar and they're getting discouraged, you can encourage them, you can book more calls on the calendar, do what you need to do so they can perform at their best. Now, on these calls, we also want to do testimonials. So we want to show them how our clients, our customers are winning so they can believe in what they're selling in, and they get fired up to enroll more people into your business because they know it's going to help them and change their life. We also want to do call reviews. So actually listening back to those sales reps' calls and giving them coaching, where they're getting stuck, where they're losing the deal, where they're getting objections. Now, a pro tip for you here: you don't want to try and coach your sales reps on a million different criteria at once, right? You have a new rep come in, don't try to teach them a 16-point system on sales. Find their biggest weakness, coach them on one point at a time so they can focus on one thing, master that thing, and once they have, then move on to the next item. That's going to bring your sales coaching game way up. So you may have noticed you actually need somebody to run this operation. Just like on a basketball team, you need the head coach, you need the assistant coach. That's going to keep that team getting better, working together, and winning the game. So if you want your business revenue to grow and you want to absolutely crush sales, which again, pretty much the easiest way to make more money in your business and make sure you survive, make sure you have a coach in place. You can start as the CEO, or you can use one of your top performing reps. Just make sure they're not just good at sales, they're also good at coaching. And keep in mind that their coaching style, their sales style isn't going to work for everybody. Different sales reps have different styles. They do things differently. They have things that work for them that might not work for somebody else. So if you have one sales rep who's a superstar, maybe you make them the head coach, but maybe you bring in some of your other reps sometimes to do coaching sessions with the team because they might have a different strong point in their sales game. So those are the 3 things you need to do to not suck at sales with your sales team. Again, I learned this the hard way. I'm sure you probably have too. Most of us have to. All we can do is wake up tomorrow, put one foot in front of the other, and try to do better. Try to get a good head coach in the season and get our sales reps performing at their peak ability. Because remember, this is the team that most in your business needs to feel inspired on a daily basis to do their job properly. Again, make sure you track stats every day. Make sure you got those end-of-day reports, and then hold daily sales meetings where you go over wins, projections, and coaching. You do that, you're going to start to climb the ranks, and sooner or later, you'll win the national championship. If you want help with that, go to useglance.com. We can automate a lot of that for you, so your job as a sales manager is so much easier. And if you're just working as the CEO, you can check in on your sales manager's numbers, your sales team's numbers, sort them by date, by rep, by product, whatever you need. That's all for today. See you on the next one. Go out there, crush it.